Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the bold analysis. It is the right time now, and we need to agree that it is high time that the security officers take action and take seriously the intelligence leaks that are coming from Raila Odinga. I need to be very honest. When Raila has spoken many times about some things that are happening. And once someone challenged me, I was interviewing him here, and he challenged me asking me, Kevin, can you tell me one incident where Raila said something and it turned out a lie? I was challenged, and in fact, asked me one scandal that he once said, but it never happened. So for the last 1 week, he first spoke about a meeting that was held in some place to try to maybe look at how to neutralize, or rather how to handle the mass action. That was before, I think, the Monday, the other one. And on this one, he also shared some information that some leaders, and he accused Rigathi and some leaders that were behind a scheme to plant some rogue elements within Nairobi to help in, or rather to manhandle the protesters. And one of which he said was that there was what would be seen as a police ambulance, but that ambulance would actually be carrying weaponaries. We listened to it, and I think there was a bit of dismissal because someone said we also looked at it as a propaganda war, as a war of propaganda, and without unfounded basis, because of course there was no evidence. I realized even the mainstream media did not carry that story. Yeah, they just reported it as a scare, but they did not get into the details. So if you look at if you do a critical review of yesterday, you will understand that compare the Monday 27th and the Monday 20th, there is a difference. Raila opined that there were goons that had been hired to cause mayhem. That's what he said on the letter. And I think I want you to look at his Twitter page, and I want to retrieve that letter for you. Yes. So this is the letter where he mentioned about it. Now, so what exactly happened there, or what exactly happened here, is very critical. That we were all in some sort of agreement that yesterday there were goons. That's number one. Yesterday, one thing that has been proved is that in that Mandamano, there were goons. Those who attacked the Spectra were goons. Those who attacked the Northern City were goons. Those who, even in Kibera, there was a group that was against mass action. That was the first of its kind. There was a group that tried to repulse protesters from the other side of Lindi. And in the morning, we saw that confrontation. So, those were goons. So that's one thing Raila said and happened. Number two, I want to ask you to look at Raila Odinga's Facebook page, Twitter page. Look at Raila Odinga's Twitter page, and you will see a statement just shared saying, in my statement yesterday, I mentioned this particular vehicle camouflaged as St. Mary's ambulance. They weren't holding medical equipment today, were they? And he shared this video you are seeing here. I wanted to see it. He shared this video with that information, and of course, you can see what transpired there. So that tells you guys that, look at these images. These are images that people are seeing in social media. They're all there. And he's confirming to us that, rather to the police, that What I said yesterday was not just a political statement. What I said yesterday had a bearing. So, from those who are a bit dismissive, it's about time we need to sit down and agree that Raila Odinga also has access to some critical intelligence. It's about time we act on some of these things. And why am I saying this? That and the reason why this has to be done is because the state must actually realize one thing. Before you look at that, kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell and like our video. Thank you very much for those who are supporting us and those who are supporting this podcast in any way. We need to act because I think the state could could be, there could be different layers of being on how things are run. Someone questioned, why would we see goons or militias targeting other people's properties during the day and the police are not there? And if government is supposed to use, why would we say that? There is something that is happening, and that's what we need to agree, that not everything is happening within, and I can tell you, I don't think the police can organize that. It's not a work of the police to organize goons in town. No. That one you have to agree. It cannot be the police. There is the devil's work of the politicians. In terms of the Nairobi, in terms of the dirty politics, there is the devil's work of the politicians. And so that's why I want to say that you need to find a way of arresting it. It's about high time you deal with the intelligence. Number two is that the public is consuming the information and there is a risk of cumulative anger. There is a risk of cumulative anger. When these things are said and then they later come to happen, for example, this is an ambulance. I even saw Sefona saying that I think Zimi should not allow ambulance in the Mandamanos. But ambulance is needed for movement and of course for aid operation of protesters, for example, when you're maybe stampede, in case of a stampede or so. So the country, or rather the masses are seeing, the population is seeing these videos and they are consuming this information. What we run the risk of cumulatively people becoming angry. And anger can spill over in different forms. We might see hostility then against such. For example, if a hostility against ambulance because that was said. There is something that we need to agree with. We need to, because at this moment, we may be dealing with some group of militia who are not even police. By the way, we have enough land cruisers. Police have enough in terms of vehicle and the machines that they need. Why do we have to use ambulances? Are we trying to camouflage or are we trying to hide? What are we hiding? Why would the police use ambulances? Yeah, it's not really something that is good. The other third reason why this should not be let go is because we are also smearing badly, or rather we are denting the image of our security officers. We have our security officers and people will feel uncomfortable. If are these spies or what? We already have a police system that is an MPS that is independent, and we will give them money according to what President William Ruto said. An independent body, and that is supposed to protect property and so and so. So, it makes less sense if it makes some sense kidogo if yes, the using land rules where people knows okay, those who have done this is police. Now, in case of accountability, if something happens somewhere and those who may be committed are people from an ambulance. Do you say that they are police or they are just people who are in that ambulance? Do you categorize them as a police, as militia? So that is needed. That is really, really, really needed, because we should not lose the track. We should not lose the trust in our security forces. So as much as we want to do things right, we want to make sure we get the right thing, but we must also be sensitive of the fact that this is not what really this country wants. We have enough taxes and enough resources to equip the police into this. So when this happens, to me, it doesn't really look well. Number 4, we are creating fear in public. Next time, even if you say there is mandamano, and there is mandamano by Raila and the rest of the country should go to town, but here, where will you be safe? In whose hands are we safe? If people can come from an ambulance and just throw tear gas anywhere, so will we be safe? Even if, who do you know? How do you even then know with this police? And because it's not, we've normalized the fact that the police are not necessarily supposed to be in police land cruisers. They can be in anything. They can be in an ambulance. They can be in a tuk-tuk. That's what we are showing. So we're already creating fear in the public, because from what the public are seeing, they're looking at it differently. Now, if one talk ambulance, so that means anywhere. We are really creating a situation where we can use anything to do whatever we think we need to do right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet in the next.